Hi guys, Andy here. Let's have a look at the S&P 500 futures for Monday, December 4th. For the record, today is Sunday, December 3rd. Time is around 12:30 p.m. GMT. So an interesting observation in the US markets is that both the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones took out the high right here, but so far the S&P 500 did not. So like the Nasdaq was at some point having a rally taking out the high right here, while the Dow Jones was pulling back at that moment. And then now by the end of past week, the Nasdaq was pulling back a bit while the Dow Jones was having a rally taking out the high right here. And so because the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq had a rally and a pullback both at different times, the net effect of this was that S&P 500 did not take out the high right here. But as you can see, we are quite close. So let's have a look what we can expect. Here we are looking at the weekly chart. And so one interpretation might be that we had our wave 1 here indicated in red, and that we are now actually still working on a wave 2. And so that would mean that this high here has to hold and that we start to pull back from here, so that we actually have an A, B, C structure. It starts to seem unlikely, but as long as we did not take out the high right here, we still have to consider it. Another possibility is here, as indicated in green, that this here was actually our wave 3, this a wave 4, and that we are now working on the final wave here to finish this wave 1 structure. So far, this count in green here looks supported by RSI, as we have a typical cycle for an impulse, I would say. So from this low, what we can see here is that we have the highest RSI reading. This is typically the case for a wave 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then a pullback as a wave 4, breaking the RSI trend line. And now the fifth wave here in the weekly, we are having divergence. So this is something we typically see in a fifth wave. So here the scenario in green starts to look plausible. So 5 waves from the low right here, finishing a wave 1 in the higher degree, and then we should expect a wave 2 pullback. Is there a possibility that the wave 2 was in right here? Seems less likely to me with the current data. Of course, if we would take out the RSI right here, the RSI high right here, then we indeed started a new cycle here from this low, which means that this structure here has nothing to do anymore with this. And then we cannot see this move here from the low till somewhere here as one structure. Then it means that this is an upward structure correction, and then we have a new upward structure. But so for now, let's consider this as one structure, as we still have the divergence. So I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, and now the fifth wave. Unless we are holding the high right here, everything is possible in financial markets. Then we also still have to consider the scenario here in red, where we have our wave 1 right here, and that we can expect an A, B, C down as a wave 2. But this ABC starts to seem unlikely. First of all, we are quite close in taking out the high right here, but more importantly, I would say here, if we look at the structure right here, so from this low, it starts to look that we are having 5 waves up. And so if we have 5 waves up, then we typically do not have a corrective move up. A corrective move happens in 3, an impulsive move in 5. So if we have 5 waves up, it is more likely to have an impulse right here. And so if we look here at the 4 hour, you can see this impulsive structure here in more detail. I would say this here is our wave 1, wave 2 down, shallow wave 2. And so you can still see my 3-wave count here as an A, B, C. So I think when I recorded my last video, we were somewhere here, and then we still had the possibility of having 3 waves as a corrective move, A, B, C. But now that we made here by the end of last week this move here, it starts to look as a 5-wave structure. So I would say then the wave 3 was in right here, shallow wave 4 down, fulfilling the minimum requirements of a wave 4. So if we take the length here of a wave of the wave 3, then we know that a wave 4 can go into the area between the 0.146 and the 0.618 Fib retracement. It looks like we just touched the 0.146 level, and it looks like from here we are starting a new cycle up, probably the 5th wave up. This is how it looks like in the 4 hour. I would say like we are making new highs here, but as you can see in RSI, the strength is diminishing. We are having divergence. So therefore, with the current data, I would say it looks like we are having an ending impulse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we look at the lower time frame, 1 hour and the 15 minutes, let's go to the 15 minute. So if this here is our wave 4 low, then I would say it looks kind of incomplete. Like we could say this here is the wave 1, then a 2 down, and then from here we would still need like a 3, a 4, and a 5. And so far this looks to me like we only have one high above this high. So it looks like the 3 is not finished yet. A 4 and a 5th are also required to have this 5th wave. So I think we can expect something like this. Also here, this looks quite strong, not really the end of a 5th wave. So in the lower time frame, I would go for something like this here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so in conclusion, I would say we might see, like if we look at the 15-minute, it looks like we have something incomplete here, so therefore a bit more upside. But at the same time, here in the 4 hour, like overall, it starts to look mature, this structure right here. As we look at the data as it is now, like we have divergence right here. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4. We have our fifth swing so far. So I think in the 15 minutes, okay, incomplete structure, but in the 4 hour, yeah, we start to see everything that we need to have a complete impulse. And if we have our complete impulse, then yeah, it becomes quite unlikely that we are doing an A, B, C structure as indicated here in red. Then I would favor the scenario indicated here in green, where we have our wave 3 high right here, or wave 4 low right here, and then another impulse up from the wave 4 low as a fifth wave, which might be the end of the wave 1 in the higher degree. This is how it looks like in the weekly. For now, in the weekly chart, we have divergence here in the weekly. If we take out the high right here, we are making a new high with divergence probably, and so then from here it also looks 5 waves: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's my analysis for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, comment to support my work, and I see you one of the next days for another update on the S&P 500. Have a nice day. Bye bye.